For my girlies who need to hear this, I'm here to tell you that that man that keeps telling you, yeah, sure, I'll marry you in a year's time, in 2 years' time, is never going to marry you. Here's why. Let me explain. So a man who already has a mental block with commitment and marriage is somebody that is going to have to go on a journey to get rid of that mental block, meaning he is going to have to do a lot of heavy, painful work. He needs to find out why he has a fear of commitment. Where is it coming from? Is it finances? Is it personal issues? Is it self-esteem?
Or maybe he's just seeing if you are someone worthy of marriage. Maybe he is taking his time to observe you and see if you're someone who is going to get married and then divorce him very quickly and try and take half of his things. It is in every man's best interest to take their time and observe a woman, because we know that people can change at the drop of the hat, and one day someone can be in love with you and another day they want to be for the streets.
What is it? What is it? What is stopping this man from fully committing?
As a man, getting married is one of the most important decisions you're going to make in your life. And if you marry the wrong woman, that could potentially ruin your life.
If he's telling you that he's not sure he wants to get married, he wants to see how it goes, he wants to move in with you, you know, it's better if we don't get married, because we'll both keep trying harder. It's not the type of person you want to be with. And I'll tell you why. It's very simple. You don't want to be with a fair weather friend. You want to be with someone who commits and goes for it, because life is going to give you ups and downs and turns and twists, let me tell you. You cannot be with a partner on the preface that it's always going to be rosy and gay and happy. You cannot do that. The whole idea of commitment and marriage works because you are there through thick and thin.
Who exactly are you giving this message to? Is it the men or the women? Who usually ends marriages? 80% of the time it's women. And it's not because the men are evil or doing some bad things. It's because they just don't feel like being married anymore.
And if you are with him and he's with you, as long as you're the best, brightest version of yourself, and he's always on the lookout for a better version, because essentially that's what he's saying. You're good enough for now, but if something better comes along, I'm going to hop ship like the rat that I am.
Women end marriages 80% of the time. What are you talking about?
Then that's not the person for you. Don't convince these people to try and marry you. Don't try and talk them around. Just know that they're not the type of person you want to go through life with. You don't want a half-assed person. You want someone who uses their whole ass.
You should get married to a guy who makes quick decisions and impulsive decisions. That's the perfect guy to be married to, because he's willing to rush into marriage. You need to be telling women that marriage is about sticking it out through thick and thin, because women are the ones that leave most of the time.
Marry a woman you love genuinely and she cares about you genuinely. A lot of men don't understand how important they need marriage. My husband has been using an iPhone X for the past 4 years, and then he upgraded to the latest iPhones. When he was using the phone, it was like I didn't know how much I needed a new phone until I got a new phone. Because he's always saying, no, I don't need it. That's not my priority.
That was a terrible example. The only difference between one iPhone to the next is usually just the camera quality. There's nothing much different about one iPhone to another. So that is a poor example you just gave.
What are the advantages of being married as a man? Number one, it brings direction into your life, motivation. It establishes your legacy.
Establishes your legacy if the woman stays. Most of the time, women end marriages. In a country like the UK or the USA, we know that women will leave their husbands most of the time. So you're talking about legacy and family, that's all well and good, but what if your woman leaves?
Makes your purpose to have meaning. It brings beauty to your life. It brings synergy. It gives you a reason to continue.
It gives you a reason to continue. Now, if you were saying that children give you a reason to continue, yeah, I would agree with that. Children are a great motivator and they give you great direction in life and zest for life, because you want to see your children grow. You want to see them become adults, etc., etc. But your marriage, I don't know if it necessarily gives you direction, motivation, and a zest for life. I don't know, because I could have that having multiple women.
Marry someone you genuinely love and she genuinely cares about you. I don't care how old you are 25. In fact, it is easy to get married when you're 25, because you don't need to explain why you don't have results yet. But you are 45 and you don't still have results. You will explain. You don't have mastery in anything, because when I mean result, I'm not talking of money. You understand? Some of you need to allow God to put you to sleep so that He can form a woman out of your ribs. And when you see her, hope you're able to recognize the bone of your bone and the flesh of your flesh. But you know what? Your arrogance is getting in the way of your sleep. You're wanting money and wanting everything. Let it be like I was already made before she came into my life. That breakthrough you are looking for, it lies in the hand of a woman. Some of your fornication will not allow you to go to sleep so that God can bring a woman for you. You are the one slowing your process down.
Wow. This woman's just saying loads of things. You're talking about men are too worried about money. Well, women are too worried about getting a man that has money. Have you ever thought about that?
45 and you're like, I'm still waiting for the one. Which one are you waiting for? Which of them are you really waiting for? Then you come with so much nonsense explanations. I know that there are exceptions to this thing. I know that it doesn't apply for every man. But if possible, as a man, you should not have problem with looking for a wife. It should be women that should have that problem because you can't walk up to any man. Honestly, imagine if we women can walk up to any man and choose the man we want. Yes, we eventually choose, but it's based on the ones that approach us. We have more.
What are you talking about? It is easy for a woman to go and approach any man. Even women who are average at the very best will always have a line of orbiters around her. I want a lot of you guys to realize that there are women out there that you may see and you may not find them very attractive and you can't imagine sleeping with them. But guess what? There are guys that are sleeping with those women. I came to that realization the other day. Like, yeah, you may not want to sleep with them, but there are guys that are doing it 100%.
Work of positioning ourselves and, attracting the right kind of man. But I even like it that we don't get to pick a man. Because sometimes we pick based on our emotions. This one is cute, his beards are connecting. This one is tall, he's dark, he has abs. But it's that one that will beat you and slap you every day of his life. And then God restricts your ability to choosing from the ones that approach you. I know some people say, no, you can approach a man. That's your proof. Back to my main topic.
She just glossed over the fact that a woman can approach a man. She glossed over that. This woman's trying to act like a man can just find a decent woman that's gonna love him just easily like that. It's not just easy like that. I'm sorry. Like, you're, as a man, even if you are a high value man, you will come across a lot of women who are just there to use you. They may play the game and act like they care about you, but they truly don't. So as a man, it's in your best interest to take your time and actually observe the women that you're dealing with and pick the best of the bunch. And even then, you still need to be on your P's and Q's and be very, very mindful and observant of that woman. On the road to 100,000 subscribers, help me do that by leaving comments, starting conversations, and also, last but not least, make sure you go to my website, www.letsgonow.shop, where you can get a hat like the one I'm wearing, a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing, support the business. Shipping is worldwide and all that good stuff. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm out of here. Peace.